Good evening, everyone. We'd like to welcome you to the Taft City Council Successor Agency Joint Regularly Scheduled Meeting for Tuesday, April the 16th, 2019. As a courtesy to all, please silence your cell phones for this evening. We're going to begin this evening's meeting with the Pledge of Allegiance, led by Councilman Evelyn, followed by an invocation from Bob Jordan of the Lighthouse Foursquare Church. If you would join us, please.
Everyone, please rise. Face the flag. Salute. Pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Correction, I am not with the Lighthouse Church anymore. I'm now with West Hills Church.
Thank you for that correction.
And I am the pastor of the Hearing Impaired Sanctuary of Bakersfield, which is HIS, his church.
His church.
Okay. Dear Lord Almighty God, sure as gold is precious and honey is sweet, we so love, and you're so loved for our city and all of our streets. We ask you, O Lord, to bless our city council and all decisions they make this night. Keep us enrolled in your arms of love so tight. Bless us all who attend and all that are watching this meeting. God bless the city of Taft, the county of Kern, the state of California, and God bless the United States of America forever. Amen.
Amen. Thank you very much, Bob. Madam Clerk, may we have a roll call, please?
Yes, Mayor Knorr,
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem Cryer,
Here.
Councilmember Eveland,
Here.
and Councilmember Whiting.
Here.
All right, first item on this evening's agenda, item number 1, citizens request public comments. Do we have? Have to check the sign-up sheet. Thank you very much. All right. This is the time and place for the general public to address the City Council on matters within its jurisdiction. State law prohibits the council from addressing any issue not previously included on the agenda. Council may receive comment and set the matter for a subsequent meeting. Please limit your comments to 5 minutes. And this evening, Bob Jordan would like to address the council. If you would, please, sir.
Age. I'm Bob Jordan, 303 San Emilio Street in Taft, California, and I'm representing the WCMA, which is the Westside Christian Ministers Association. And we'd like to publicly announce now that on May 20th, we're holding an event and combined with a national group called Love Thy Neighborhood. We have free haircuts, bags and bags of free food, hot foods available, games for kids, prayer sections, everything available. This is a nationwide group that is coming to different towns. Now, once again, that'll be on May the 20th. It'll be at the 7th and, you can't call it 7th anymore, Kern and Wildcat Way Street at the Assembly of God Church there. We do invite all of you. I contacted our councilman, our second, not fourth, second district supervisor who will be attending. We'd like all of you. We even invite attorneys. But thank you. God bless and have a happy day.
Forgiveness is a very nice thing. Thank you very much, Bob. All right, next up, item number 2, council statements, non-action. Let's begin this evening with Councilman Whiting.
I don't have anything tonight. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
All right, thank you very much, sir. Councilman Evelyn.
Nothing tonight, Mr. Mayor.
All right. Councilman Cryer.
Thank you, Mayor. I'd like to make a little announcement for the Fort Preservation Society is having an event. There'll be a wine beer tasting Thursday, April 25th from 5 to 9. We had it last year, and it was a great success. I encourage the public to have a nice evening with great food. Very enjoyable. I had a good time last year. Last year was the best ever, and I encourage people to come there and support it. And now that we're going to have Easter's coming upon us, we've got Good Friday coming up. People out there running around, watch out for the kids, especially going to crosswalks. But think about our Christian faith, you know, how God redeemed our sins and made us all in one with for heaven and stuff. I'm gonna be a little on the religious side, but I'm a firm believer that you gotta have God in your life and a firm belief. And this is one of the deals that I think we should all rejoice in our Savior. That's it. Thank you.
All right. I apologize to everybody for missing the last meeting. I fully intend on being here, but something came up within the family, and I had to address that. I want to thank the council for moving forward like I knew they would and taking care of the people's business, and everybody can be proud of the fact that that's the way we do things around here. So I want to thank everybody for your help and for your patience. That is all I have this evening. Next up, Planning Commission report. Do we have a planning? Yes, we do indeed.
Hello. I am sorry that I haven't been here for the past couple of meetings, but I'm glad to be here as of tonight. I am on my study week for my finals, so I volunteered to be able to make sure that I was here to give the report, so you didn't always have to see Jerry. Just kidding. So at our last Planning Commission meeting, we discussed some changes to the sign ordinance, which we approved and will be coming to you guys, I believe, probably at the next council meeting. We also approved Arbor Day and Earth Day celebrations. I know that last week there was an Earth Day that was coordinated with Taft High School, and they came around different areas of town and did some cleanups. And at the chamber, we've had a lot of people come in for the wildflowers, which I think has been a really great boost to our economy here. And they were just so pleased that the high school students and that they were out there cleaning the windows and all that. So I think that that's a really great thing. The Arbor Day celebration will be next Thursday, the 25th, at the community garden at 10 o'clock. So if anybody would like to come out, there's going to be some I think it's kindergarten and first grade maybe students that will be there participating in that, and then they'll return here to Veterans Park to have a little pizza lunch, I think. So.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Always a pleasure to see you, Shannon.
Yes, thank you.
Next item on the agenda, department reports. Do we have any department reports this evening? Seeing none. City manager statements. City Manager Jones.
Thank you, Mayor. Just a announcement from Public Works on the closing of our project on Kern Street. The improved crosswalk signs, the LED signs, the feedback signs, and now they're working on the pavement markings. That project was all made possible through federal grant money through Caltrans that the city applied for. That project was the hazard safety elimination program. We put the application in probably 3 years ago, and it scored rather high, unfortunately, because we've had some major accidents in those intersections with pedestrians, and that the city council did put up a portion of the money, the match money for that program, about $40,000, but that was the City of Taft grant fund that finally came forward. It takes, unfortunately, a long time after you apply for the funds and you're granted the funds and the pre-planning and all that, but it's finally done. And I've noticed that some of the motorists are starting to stop in those second lanes when pedestrians are crossing as they see those signs. So hopefully it saves someone from having an unfortunate accident. So that's my statement, and I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I must say that they are extremely visible. I did witness, because I slowed down to a stop just the other day. I think it was yesterday, as a matter of fact, and there was a young mother with a child that walked up there and stopped, never pushed the button, and I stopped to let them go through. And she didn't think to push the button, and she walked across after everybody had stopped. But hopefully everybody understands that if you push the button, then it activates the LED lights, and it's that much better. But it is bringing a great deal of awareness to people and to the crosswalk. So a great safety feature. I want to thank city staff for pushing that forward, even when they came up against some pushback. They carried on, and they applied for the grant and got the grant. And the city council and the people of the city of Taft match those funds to get that done. And if we never have another pedestrian accident through the middle of town, that would be just fine with all of us, I'm sure of it. So thank you very much for your and your staff's participation in that.
Thank you.
City Attorney statements.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. No statement.
All right, thank you, sir. Future agenda requests this evening, gentlemen? Hearing none. All right, next item is the consent calendar, items 8 through 13. All items listed on the consent calendar shall be considered routine and will be enacted by one roll call vote. There will be no separate discussion of these items unless a member of the City Council requests specific items to be removed from the consent calendar for separate action. Any item removed from the consent calendar will be considered after the regular business items. Are there any items on the consent calendar that any member of the public would like to comment on? Seeing none. Items 8 through 13 include item number 8, the minutes for the April 2nd meeting. Item number 9, payment of bills, about $453,000 worth. We'll make that $457,000 worth. Item number 10, award 3 safe and sane fireworks stands for the 4th of July 2019. Recommendation is a motion to award 3 safe and sane fireworks stands for July the 4th, 2019 to the Taft Motorcycle Club, Taft Midway Sunset Foundation, and Taft Sportsman's Club and Junior Division. Item number 11 would be County of Kern Operational Area Disaster Response Mutual Aid Agreement. Recommendation is a motion to approve the County of Kern Operational Area Disaster Response Mutual Aid Agreement and authorize the mayor to sign. Item number 12, extension of application period to obtain one more safe and sane fireworks stand for the 4th of July 2019. Recommendation is a motion to approve the extension of the application period to obtain one more safe and sane fireworks stand for the 4th of July. And then item 13 is an agreement for transfer of property, portion of APN number 032-110-30. Recommendation is a motion to approve and adopt a resolution entitled, "A Resolution of the City Council of the City of Taft selling a 1.53 acre portion of a 4.75 acre parcel located at APN 032-110-30, Taft, authorizing the mayor to execute the agreement and all escrow and other documents necessary to complete transfer of real property and making certain findings in connection therewith." Does any member of the council wish to remove any of these items from the consent calendar?
Yes, item number 11.
Item number 11. All right. Any others? Hearing none. At this time, I would entertain a motion to approve consent calendar items 8, 9, 10, 12, and 13.
Motion?
Second.
I have a motion and a second. May we have a roll call, please?
Mayor Pro Tem Cryer,
Yes.
Councilmember Evelyn,
Yes.
Councilmember Whiting,
Yes.
and Mayor Knorr.
Yes, I'll have to abstain from item number 8. The minute says I was not here for that meeting. Thank you very much. Next up, item number 11, County of Kern Operational Area Disaster Response Mutual Aid Agreement. City Manager Jones.
Thank you, Mayor. The Kern County mayors and city managers have been working with the County Office of Emergency Services through their monthly meetings on the Operational Area Disaster Response Mutual Aid Agreement. This agreement has been previously reviewed by cities and county council and is ready to be reviewed and approved by the city of Taft.
Thank you, City Manager Jones. At this time, I would entertain a motion to approve the County of Kern Operational Area Disaster Response Mutual Aid Agreement and authorize the mayor to sign.
Motion.
I need a motion and a second to discuss. I have a motion and a second. Now then, Councilman Whiting, you asked that we remove this item from the consent calendar.
Yeah, I'd just like to state that this has been a long time coming. Early before my career as a councilman, as you know, I was the police chief, and this is something that me and another couple members from the county have been working on for a long time. It came up that we needed to have city council and city manager approval for this kind of stuff. It was important because we wanted to make sure everybody was on the same song page when it came to the disasters and our appropriate responses. One of the persons that was there during the start of these meetings happens to be our new police chief, Chief McMinn, and he was there when we first started the operational area meetings. And when we discovered that there was an actual county ordinance dated 1992 that actually told us we had to do these things. So it's been revised, it's been brought up, and it's been brought to the city managers for their approval, and hence why it's here tonight. But it's also important because if we don't have these things in place and we do have a major disaster, we won't be able to get funding to replace whatever we put out. And we also won't be able to get Homeland Security grants for the police department if these agreements aren't there. So this is a very necessary thing. It's been a long time coming, and I appreciate all the staff's work on this. And Chief, thank you for your participation too. That's all I have.
All right, thank you very much. Appreciate that. Comments, gentlemen?
No comment.
I would like to make a comment, and that is disaster preparedness is a critical part of public safety. When you think about it, you prepare so hard and for so long, hoping that you never have to put those skills and that infrastructure into place. One of the great lessons we have of this in the United States of America is Hurricane Katrina. And there were letters put out and a study put out, lessons learned from Hurricane Katrina. You think about Katrina, that's not a third world country. That's the United States of America. A hurricane is not something that comes out of left field. They are watched and they are tracked from the time they're developed as a tropical depression all the way through the Caribbean until they make landfall. So you would think in a country like the United States of America, with the communication capabilities that we have, everybody would have been prepared, especially if you live in a city that is below sea level. Or some flooding and storm surge and the need for fresh water and flashlight batteries and finding higher ground. And yet we all know the disaster that Hurricane Katrina turned into, for heaven's sake. So an earthquake you cannot track, and you don't see that coming for a week and a half or something of that nature. So once again, all the time and effort that's put into these things by law enforcement professionals, by safety professionals, is all in the hopes that they never have to put those things into place. But think of the big wildfires that we had up north. And we actually had people come into the city of Taft that were fleeing the wildfires down south. So these things do indeed happen, and to not prepare is to prepare to fail. So thank you all for your efforts. Thank you for removing this from the consent calendar so we could discuss it. Appreciate it. Thank you very much, Ed.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
So we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion, gentlemen? May we have a roll call, please?
Mayor Pro Tem Cryer,
Yes.
Councilmember Evelyn,
Yes.
Councilmember Whiting,
Yes.
Mayor Knorr.
Yes, and that passes on a 4-0 vote. Thank you very much. Next up, item number 14, donation to the Taft Chamber of Commerce to help cover costs of the 4th of July celebration. City Manager Jones.
Thank you, Mayor. Last May, the City Council voted to donate $2,500 to the 2018 firework show. Chamber is beginning their fundraising for 2019, and there are several amounts for the council to consider on the attached sponsorship form attached to the staff report is for your consideration.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you very much. At this time, I would entertain a motion to donate funding to the Taft Chamber of Commerce 2019 4th of July Fireworks Show Fund in the amount approved by the council.
Motion?
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All right, gentlemen, this is where we discuss this. So, you made the motion. Would you like to lead the discussion?
My pleasure, Mayor. 4th of July is very one of our well-known holidays we have. Celebrate our country and stuff, of our independence in Britain, and it seems like that Taft is a very patriotic city, and we lecture our patriotism, and we're one of the very few cities that have the 4th of July fireworks and all the going-ons that goes with it, the picnics, the different social events that goes on, and the Chamber has been a leader in bringing it all about making it happen to make this go through. They put a lot of effort into it, and I feel that as a city that we should contribute to the Taft Chamber whatever amount that we agreed on. It was $2,500. I have a problem with it, and maybe if they don't quite meet their deal, we revisit again towards the end. But I would think $2,500 to $3,000 would be a fair amount for the chamber. But to revisit again if we need to later, we need to do more.
All right, Councilman Whiting.
Well, I'm kind of new here, so I'm looking at this form and it says that if I read this correctly, the city council can go up to 5,000. Is that correct?
The opportunity exists to go as high as you would like, one would have to guess. Correct me if I'm wrong.
I can get up and talk.
Well, I'll put it in a nutshell. As we watch things that go on here in the state of California, we sometimes look at the idea that we're losing more freedoms than we're gaining. So every year that we go by in California, we seem like we're losing something. And I know from going to the fireworks shows here in Taft that they are very patriotic, they are well attended, and they are well funded. And it would be my position that we would go to the $5,000 mark without any hesitation. I think that's one of the best things we do every year. It shows our spirit and our patriotism, and I don't see any reason to go lower than that.
All right. Councilman Evelyn.
I've talked with a lot of the local veterans here, and the kids, bringing my kids as well. It's become somewhat of a family tradition in a lot of families here. I think it's pretty, as Councilman Whiting was saying, it's representative of what I believe the heart of Taft to be, which puts us kind of away and separate from the rest of the state of California. But I, for one, believe that maybe we should be leading by example. If we're looking for people to donate, I think the city as a whole should start that.
All right. Thank you very much. I got to tell you, we are so fortunate in the city of Taft to have the most incredible venue to have our 4th of July fireworks show on. As that venue, and obviously it was the intent of the people of the city of Taft and this council when we purchased that property to develop that property, there will be a time when, because of the blast protection zone, we will not be able to use that venue. And that time could very well be next year. I take my whole family down there. I love that. Where else can you go and watch a fireworks show? It's one thing to watch from afar and just see the fireworks go up. It's another thing to watch them blow up over your head and feel the concussion when the mortars go off. And I'm telling you right now, that is patriotic. And if it doesn't stir you to patriotism and the hair on the back of your neck does not stand up, then you belong in a socialist country. And that is my opinion.
Amen.
Therefore, I would have to agree because, like I say, this could be the last time we have it at that particular venue. And once it's gone because of the build-out. So I would agree with the consensus of the council, and I would recommend that we become the title show sponsor to the tune of $5,000 if the rest of the council agree.
Rocket, Mr. Mayor.
I agree.
All right. It would appear then we have consensus, unanimous consensus on the title show sponsorship to the tune of $5,000. I have a motion and a second. May we have a roll call, please?
Mayor Pro Tem Cryer.
Yes.
Councilmember Eveland.
Yes.
Councilmember Whiting.
Yes.
Mayor Knorr.
Yes, that passes on a 4-0 vote. God bless the city of Taft, and God bless America.
Can I say something before you guys, or do I have to?
You know what? I'm going to give you that opportunity. Please step up to the mic.
Hello, I'm Shannon Miller. I am from the Taft Chamber of Commerce. So I would like to say, first of all, thank you guys very much for all of your support in putting this event together. This is the 7th year that we've had the fireworks show at the Rails to Trails, that the Chamber has taken it on. The entire amount for the show is funded by our community through sponsorships and through donations. We do fund the fireworks donations drives at the corners of our streets, so we're able to provide this to our residents for no charge. It is such a unique venue that you can sit there and see the show, that close, and it's definitely because of the support of all of the City of Council, all of the sponsors that we have, and everybody that donates any penny to the drive to be able to make it so our entire community can attend for no charge. So thank you from the bottom of my heart.
Thank you for taking good care of us.
Thank you.
All right. Okay, at this time, I'm going to recess the regularly scheduled meeting of the City Council of the City of Taft, and we will convene the Taft Public Financing Authorities meeting. I'm going to pass the gavel.
Thank you, Mayor. I open the Taft Public Financing Authority regular meeting agenda, April 16th, 2019 at 6 p.m. We have roll call? Do we need roll call?
Yes.
Okay.
Chairman Crier,
Here.
Board of Director Eveland,
Here.
Knorr,
Here.
and Whiting.
Here.
Okay. Citizens' request for public comments. This is the time and place for the general public to address the authority on matters within their control. State law prohibits the authority from addressing any issues not previously included on the agenda. Authority may receive comment and set the matter for a later meeting. Please limit comments to 5 minutes. Anybody in the audience have any comment? Go. No comment. Close. Consent calendars, items 2 through 3. All items listed on the consent calendar shall be considered routine and will be enacted by one roll call vote. There will be no separate discussions of these items unless a board member of the authority requests specific items to be removed from the consent calendar for separate action. Any item removed from the consent calendar will be considered after the regular business items. Item number 2 will be approval of minutes of February 5th, 2019 meeting. Number 3, debt management policy recommendation, motion to adopt a resolution entitled "A Resolution of the Taft Public Finance Authority Adopting a Debt Management Policy." Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Second.
Roll call?
Board of Director Eveland,
Yes.
Knorr,
Yes.
Whiting,
Yes.
and Chairman Crier.
Yes. Number 4, a proposed refunding of a 1998 revenue refunding bonds, police station redevelopment projects. Recommendation, motion to adopt a resolution entitled "A Resolution of the Taft Public Financing Authority authorizing the execution and delivery of a loan agreement, site lease agreement, indenture of trust, termination agreement, and assignment agreement in connection with the issuance of revenue refunding bonds. Authorizing the issuance of such bonds in an aggregated principal amount not to exceed $2,700,000. Authorizing the transfer of title to real property to the city and authorizing the execution of necessary documents and certificates and related actions.
Motion.
Second.
Any comments?
None.
Roll call.
Director Eveland,
Yes.
Knorr,
Yes.
Whiting,
Yes.
and Chairman Crier.
Yes. Close the Financing Authority regular meeting.
Motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
I'd make that motion.
Second.
All in favor?
In favor?
Aye.
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 Okay. Thank you, sir. All right.
You like that?
I will reconvene the regularly scheduled meeting of the Taft City Council in time to go into closed session. We were going into closed sections for 3 items. Item A, conference with legal counsel, anticipated litigation, government code section 54956.9B, one potential case. Item B, conference with labor negotiator Craig Jones, city manager, government code 54957.6, all units. And item C, conference with real property negotiator Craig Jones, city manager, government code section 54956.8, APN number 032-110-30. Thank you all for being a part of this evening's meeting.